Hey everybody, Mortgage Seth. Today's topic is 5 mistakes that people make when they're starting to shop for a home and thinking about applying for a mortgage. So the first thing I want to talk about is debts. And it might seem counterintuitive, but a tip that I give people when they're early in their stage and early in the process and starting to explore buying a home and qualifying for a mortgage, the first thing that I tell them is don't pay off your debts. You're going to need that cash for the transaction. You may need it for the down payment, you may need it for closing costs or repairs to the home. And if you pay off all your debts, it may look good on paper, but it's not exactly what the bank is looking for. The bank's really only considering your monthly payments. So I've seen people make the mistake of paying off all their credit cards, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 worth of debts they're paying off. Then they don't have any cash left for the transaction and they have to wait to build up that savings again. So be really careful about paying off your debts and managing those properly, because it's not always what you think is best for how the bank's going to qualify you for the mortgage. The next thing is large purchases. So I have a good story for this one. I had a realtor who had sent me a referral. We were working with this client, getting them all pre-approved. They went out shopping for homes and they pulled up in a brand new Tesla. Well, it didn't occur to the realtor at the time, with the Tesla with the new tags on it, brand new, that the person that was pre-approved for the mortgage had bought this car after the pre-approval. Now they had a $1,000 a month payment for this new car that showed up on their credit and almost killed the transaction as we went through the process. So if you're going to make any purchases, make sure you're talking to your loan officer, you're getting the right advice. Don't make any of those large purchases when you're trying to get ready to qualify for a home. The next thing is your job. Now, believe it or not, there's the great resignation going on. Everyone's talking about that. People leaving their jobs, retiring early at young ages. If you quit your job, you're not going to have any income to qualify. So wait till you get through the transaction. I heard a story about somebody quitting their job the day after they closed, which was perfectly fine. They qualified for the mortgage based on their income. Some people don't know that the lender and the bank, they're going to call your employer on the day of funding, the final day of the loan before the funds get sent, to make sure you still have that job. So if you're thinking about quitting, make sure you delay that till after you do the mortgage transaction. Another mistake that people make a lot is waiting. You get these ideas in your head, you're researching on the internet, you're looking around for answers to different loan programs, tips from your friends and family. You think you have it all together, and then you go out there and you find the perfect home, you talk to a realtor, they ask for your pre-approval, but you haven't got it yet. And waiting is one of the worst things you can do. Apply as early as possible when you're even thinking about buying a home 6, 12 months in the future. Get the right advice and the right numbers together so you know exactly the path to go down, because if you wait, you may miss out on that home when you find it if you're not ready to purchase. And the last one I wanted to cover is the research. So Google is great. There's lots of information on the internet. I have a great website you can go to for information. Friends and family are a good source, but the source of that truth is always going to be your loan officer. Make sure you're talking to the loan officer about what's really going on for your specific scenario. So many people will come to me and say, I read about this, I heard about this, and then it turns out there's a lot of fine print. They think they can get a certain rate or program. They're not looking at the down payment or credit requirements. So make sure you talk to someone who's in the industry that knows what they're doing and has your best interest in mind. It's always better to get it from the source of somebody who knows than just doing all that research on your own to find out that you're wrong for your scenario. So that's it for today. Don't make these 5 mistakes. Call me if I can help in any way. Thank you.